Ladies who are seated here, first years, know yourselves. You know, when you know yourself, then you are able to behave appropriately. And knowing yourself means that you are even able to define your personality, who you are. When do you get stressed? When do you get happy? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? As human beings, we have our strengths. There are things that are very positive about you. Please identify them. Some of you are talented or gifted in academics. Actually, all of you. That's why you are here. Then from academics, some of you are gifted in sports, music, poetry, and the stuff. This is an opportunity to explore the world, establish yourself, and know yourself. Because when you get out of this place, in 4 years' time we'll be graduating you. And you get out there, you will realize that life is very competitive. I know there's somebody who will talk to you. Dr. Rhoda will talk to you about career, establishing yourself in your career. But that is part of knowing yourself. But socially, you are transiting into a space where sort of there's no control. There's no control in terms of how you handle yourself. Most of the time, you will be expected to make mature decisions. If you are a lady seated here, and most of the interactions you are going to have are social. And you know social interaction also goes with sexual interaction. Sindio? So you are coming to a space where, you know, while you are in school, those who are in boarding school, there was a lot of control, defense around you. Even during school innings and outings, you would really be controlled. There would be music, but probably the principals would measure for you the distance between the boy and the girl. Is that true? Or you are dancing with a person of the opposite sex and somebody is watching you. Here, we'll probably watch you in class. In the hostels, a lot of freedom. In the compound, a lot of freedom. So when you know yourself, you take responsibility. And therefore, you might find a lot of temptations. And especially, let me be blunt, sexual temptation. Iyo iko, sindio? Hey, why are you quiet? Ama msha jaribu. How many are still virgins the way you came in on the other Monday? How many? Let me see hands up. How many virgins came in? Both boys and girls. Even boys can be virgins. Young men, are you still maintaining your virginity? Ama mshapata freedom? Yeah, nimesikia hapana. So girls, ladies who are here, please do not tempt these young men. I know ladies are capable of temptation. You may not speak about it. But even by the way you are going to dress, I've already said that you are moving into a space of freedom. Even the way you are going to dress. So, and we've seen this. Our students come in when they are very decent, and they know how to dress decently. But within a week, the dressing and the walking style changes. So you wear something that reaches here, and another skirt that starts from somewhere here, and it reaches here. Starts very late from here, and ends very early. That is putting young men into temptation. And not only young men. We have men, you are going to see men around you. Please, ladies, I request that you dress decently. Not in a way that you advertise yourself, and simply communicating that you are so available. So as you walk, then you say, I'm available, I'm available. I've seen sometimes these days young women just walk in bikers. White bikers, no pants inside. And you still want to convince us that you are a student walking in an academic environment. Please avoid that. Take responsibility. When you take responsibility over your self-awareness, then you are simply saying that I respect myself and I respect my body. I'm not going to engage in behaviors that are likely to degrade myself. Are we together? Ladies? Ama hiyo hamtaki kusikia? Decent dressing is part of self-awareness. Identifying your weaknesses, part of awareness. Know yourself. Even your sexuality. Be strong about your sexuality. Actually, what is messing students around is the idea of sex. Don't deliver yourself to everyone and everybody, including vijana wa motorbike there. Please. At a low cost as low as 20 bob. So, unaambia wanaume, shot moja ni 20 bob. Another shot, 20 bob. The third shot, so you earn 60 bob in a day, and you are a university student, a professional. Please avoid that. That is part of self-awareness. Don't walk in dark places. Don't walk in dark places alone. If you really have to move, even in a dark place, please move in a group. Are we together? Ladies, I'm still focusing on ladies. Why am I focusing on ladies? Because women will always be vulnerable. And you can easily be vulnerable to sexual abuse. Are we together, ladies? Avoid dark places that can make you vulnerable, because people can easily take advantage of you, and before you know it, you'll be raped, and once you are raped, you can be sure that you will live with the trauma. Post-traumatic stress disorder will be part of your life. So please really avoid that. When you know yourself, you develop high self-esteem. Avoid low self-esteem. And low self-esteem simply means that you are a person who is worthless. When you have your self-esteem, then you have self-confidence. You are able to build confidence for yourself. You are assertive in your decisions. And you are going to make informed choices. Informed choices. So it means that you are going to speak for yourself. You are going to say no to negative impact on your life. Among them being drugs. By the way, you are going to find a lot of drug peddlers around. And there is that temptation. They will tempt you to get into drugs. Issues like drinking changa and using other drugs. Those are things that can mess your academic life. So please avoid negative things. For example, being initiated into drug use. And this reminds me that I need to remind the ladies that please really be careful when you are invited for birthday parties, what you call bashes, because that is when most ladies are introduced into drugs. And even when you are an innocent girl who says that I don't use drugs, I'll take Fanta. That Fanta can be laced with a lot of drugs. And before you know it, you will be so drunk, or you will be drugged, and the following day you wake up, you have no clothes, you have no panties, you have been raped, you know. So please just take care of yourselves. We are talking from experience because those are issues that we have had to deal with, painful as they are. Imagine you have been drugged, you have been raped, your life totally becomes ruined. So please know yourself. If you are going for a party, if you really have to go for a party, then identify your social support. Who are your friends? How are they? Are they people who are dependable? Are they people who are drug-free users, and so on? So I hope you take that in. It's always important that you improve your self-concept, the perception that you have about yourself. You could be coming from a background where all along people have always told you you are useless. Please, you are not useless. You are the most useful people, and you are the cream of this nation, and that is why you made it to campus. So don't believe the negative comments that people make about you. Believe in yourself. Believe that you are capable. If somebody tells you you are useless, then tell them that I'm the most useful person on this planet Earth. And that is why I am in this university. So don't buy into negative statements that people make about you. But anyway, people can make negative statements about you, but insist on making positive statements about you, like I'm a strong person, I am the brightest young man or young woman in this class, I am capable of getting first class. In 4 years' time, I will be among the top students, capable of getting first class. Are we together? And that is you. So speak positively about yourself. So that will help you develop a positive self-concept. I also want to request you to increase positive experiences while you are in campus. Identify positive experiences. Like I know there are a number of clubs. There are a number of Christian societies or spiritual groups that you can identify with. Join those groups because young people who are well grounded on faith are able to make better decisions. For example, if you are a Christian and you are a young woman who is a Christian, then a man tells you that if you don't sleep with me tonight, then I will die. Have you ever heard of somebody dying of sexual starvation? Is there something like sexual starvation or malnutrition? There's nothing like that, and you will never visit somebody in hospital that is sick because he has not had sex. So then, but when you are grounded on your faith, you are able to say that I will not have sex with you before marriage because it is written. It is written that fornicators will not inherit the kingdom of God. Amen? Are you able to quote the scriptures the way Jesus did? Whenever Jesus was tempted, he always quoted from the scriptures. Si ni hivyo? So, you as a Christian, are you able to quote from the scriptures? Or are you empty spiritually? It is very clear, and research shows that young people who are well grounded on their faith, whichever faith that you have, believing in the power above, are able to make better decisions when it comes to their social lives. So therefore, as Christians, be able to quote the scriptures to resist temptation. The Bible is very clear. Bad company will always ruin you. You know, those are the scriptures that you can quote. And therefore, I'm saying that increase positive experiences. Positive experiences would include aligning yourself to a particular spiritual faith, seeking help. I know Madam Dean, her doors are always open for students. In fact, I normally go to her office and I ask her, how do you cope with this life? Because students are always there. You can seek help from a number of student affairs staff. Chaplain is always willing to work with you. There are wonderful counselors there who will listen to your mental health issues. So please increase those positive experiences. Join sports, join games department, identify a sport that you are good at. Join clubs, there are a number of clubs. We have a club, so many clubs, but the club where I am is Kisii University Psychological Association. There we normally every Wednesday, I know Sana is for talks, and it's normally open to students. Those are the positive experiences I'm talking about. Come and talk to us. Identify us and talk to us. Adults from whom you can seek advice. Positive experiences will always have positive impact on you. And by the time you are graduating from this university, you will even appreciate that it's good that I went through Kisii University.
How do you cope with this life? Because students are always
positive
there. You can seek help from a number of...
Then I would also say that examine and explore yourself is part of self-awareness. Examine and understand yourself. So this will definitely help you deal with issues that are affecting you, and more so mental health issues. So let me mention something briefly on mental health issues. As you come into the university, I don't